Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing okay, and welcome back to Music Lessons Live with me, Ollie, here on the New Wave Arts Facebook page. I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you're all having a lovely Friday morning. In today's session, we are, of course, going to be looking at the final part of Hakuna Matata from The Lion King. As always, these videos will be going up onto our YouTube channel as well as going onto those online resource pages for those schools and students who have asked. We're also doing it on the ukulele this week, so if you're tuning in for the first time and you don't have a ukulele, please don't worry, because I will be putting up the tab that you can follow along to at home. Just make sure that you've got a piece of paper and a pencil, so you can make those notes at home, those different chord charts, and adjust for your instruments. Again, as always, we're going to go through everything nice and slowly. I'm just going to put the tab up now so you can follow along at home. And again, if you can't open it up for whatever reason, just make sure that you've got a piece of paper and a pencil at hand to help you out, and you can make those little notes in. Right, so on Monday we went through the first part, we went through the chorus. On Wednesday we went through the verse and a second part of the verse as well. And today's session we're going to be looking at that final part of the verse and the final chorus as well. As always, I'm going to go through each chord that we've got to play. I'll go through the chord pattern and then we're going to have that final play along at the end where we're going to try playing all the way through. So, in our last session, we went through that second part of the verse, which is B flat, F, C, E, G, G7 sus, C, and C. The next chord that we've got is G major. So if you've got the tab open now, we're starting from thought of changing my name. What's in a name? I got so downhearted. We're going from that little part there. So that chord, that first chord we've got, is G major. G major sounds something like this. Okay, you're going to put your first finger. Okay, so we're using our left hand if we're playing right-handed. If we're playing the other way around with our ukulele, we'll be playing with this hand instead. Again, watch my previous videos on how to hold the ukulele properly, getting that really good technique, because it really does help you out when you're playing at home. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our first finger, or our index finger, we're going to place it on the second fret of the C string. Again, the different strings, G, C, E, A. A little rhyme to help you remember, good children eat apples. And then we've got our frets here, so the metal lines that we press our fingers in between. So we've got first finger on the second fret of C, second finger on the second fret of A, and then third finger on the third fret of E. Okay, and we're playing all those notes there to get G major. Again, a chord that we go over loads and loads and loads. And remember, when you're playing as well, thumbs up technique on the top of the string, and you're lightly pressing down, not really hard, otherwise you are going to get a big old blister on your thumb. Again, if you can, try and play with your thumb. The strings on a ukulele are not very strong, okay, and if we play with things like a plectrum, so one that I've got here, which is a little piece of plastic, usually in the shape of like a triangle. Mine one, I've played it so much it's kind of filed away now, but you probably don't want to play with one of these just because it will wear away the strings over time. So best of all to use your thumb. Okay, and with the left hand, if you're playing right-handed ukulele, you're looking for that crab claw technique. Okay, so making sure your thumb is in the center of the neck here. You're bringing your fingers around, playing on the tips of your fingers. Okay, really important that you do that. Right, so we've got G major, and again, it's important that you do that so you don't hit any of the other strings and you can hear it nice and clearly. Again, making those micro adjustments with your hands so you can get that nice, clear chord sound. Right, then we've got G major again. Then we go to B flat major, okay, which is a little bit of a trickier chord that we've got to play for today. And B flat major sounds something like this. And how we play it is we take our first finger and we do a little technique called barring. This is where we press down with our first finger, usually on multiple strings. For us, it's going to be on that first fret, and it's going to be over those two strings there, E and A. Then you take your second finger, you press it down on the second fret of C, then your third finger on the third fret of G to get that B flat chord. Okay, so we've had G major, then we go to B flat, then we've got B flat again, then we go to F major. So we're now into the chorus. Okay, so that final chorus on the music. We go F, which is our first finger on the second fret of the first fret of the E string. Then we've got our second finger on the second fret of the G string here. Then we go to C, which is our third finger on the third fret of the A string. So we've got F and then C. Then we go to F again. Then we go to D. Now D major, you can play this chord a couple of ways. Okay, the way that I usually play it, it is what I usually call the cheating way. But it's not really cheating. I find this way of playing the D chord a lot easier. But I'll show you two ways as well. So what you do is you take your first finger, okay, and you're going to press down on the second fret on the G, C, and E string there, okay, but you're not pressing down on that top A string. So again, you're looking for, I'm trying to get it in the right way. So you're looking to have, I don't know if you can see my finger, just pressing down on those three strings there, but I'm not pressing down on this string here, okay? So you can see how my finger kind of curves upwards when I'm playing to get D major. Now the other way you can play D major, if you're not a fan of that version, is all you do is you take your first, second and third finger and you press it down on the G, C and E string like that, okay, to get that. Now the tricky version with this one is because you've got all the fingers there. If you're like me and you've got quite chunky fingers, okay, you can really struggle to get all your fingers in between those different frets. So again, the best way that I like to do it, okay, is just with that first finger instead. So entirely up to you how you want to play that, and remember to give yourself plenty of time when you're practicing that chord, because it can be, as I said, a tricky one to play. So we've got F, D, and then we go to G7. Okay, G7 is what we do, is we take our second finger, we place it on the second fret of the C string, take our first finger, place it on the first fret of the E string, third finger, place it on the second fret of the A string to get G7, okay? Again, entirely up to you how you're going to put those different fingers down. You might want to put your third finger down, then your second, then your first. You might want to put your first, then second, then third. Entirely up to you and how you want to do it. But that is G7. Then we go to A minor. Again, a nice easy chord to play. Is all we're going to do is put our second finger down on the second fret of the G string here. And that's it. Then we go to F. So keep that second finger there and just put your first finger on the first fret of E to get F major. Then we go to D major again. Then we go to C, G major, and then back to C. And that's it. Those are all the chords that we've got to learn for today. So again, when you're playing this at home, make sure you're giving yourself enough time to practice all those different chords. Again, always asking yourself when you're playing, can I hear those chords nice and clearly? Do they sound nice and clear when I'm playing them? Okay. Do they have any kind of buzzing or any kind of muted notes? Okay. If you are getting those muted notes and that buzzing, as I said before, make those little micro adjustments with your fingers, making sure you're getting that best technique as you can, and you will get there and it will sound good. But give yourself time and lots of repetition as well. Right, we're going to go over the chord pattern, the strumming pattern, and then we're going to have a little look and see if we can play it all the way through for today. I'm going to show you the parts that I'm going to sing. Well, try my best at singing, because there's lots going on in this. As you've probably seen in the movie, Timon and Pumbaa are kind of singing sometimes right after each other and at the same time. So it does make it a little bit tricky when you're trying to sing this out, especially that verse part as well, where it's kind of got a little bit of talking and singing. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for today, and you can follow along as well. Right, the chord pattern. So the last part of that verse is we're just strumming G, okay, on beat 4, and then we've got B flat on beat 3, and we're just strumming this once, okay. So our time signature for today is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's how we're going to count out the beats. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, it's what we call a straight 4/4 rhythm. And then is where we play those, is we can either play them on the numbers or what we call the and beats. So you can hear in between those different numbers I'm going 1 and 2 and. Okay, that's the beat in between the numbers. So we're either playing on a number or on a and beat. And for us, G major, we're playing on beat 4. And then we've got another G major on beat 4 again. Then we've got B flat on beat 3. And then again, B flat, but that's going to be on beat 2. And then we've got Hakuna, Matata. And then that is we go back to our strumming pattern, which is strumming down on beat 1 and beat 2. Strumming up on beat 2 and. Strumming up on beat 3 and, down on beat 4, and then up on beat 4 and. Okay, so we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 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 Okay, and again, you want to take that nice and slow at the start, and when you feel more confident, you build up the speed until you get in. And again, with your thumb, strumming down, and then when you're strumming up, is you're using that top part of your nail. We've gone over this chord pattern a couple of times, so I'm not going to go into too much detail on how you can practice. Remember to check out some of my earlier videos where I've got some really good tips on how to get that chord pattern sounding really, really good and giving yourself the best opportunity as well to have a go at playing those chords and also trying out different chord patterns as well. A quick tip for playing at home, always keep that right hand moving. If you can keep that right hand moving all the time, it's going to sound amazing. Okay, and you'll get that natural feel with your hands, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to play. If you feel like you're having to really focus and concentrate on when your hand goes up and you're moving your hand at the wrong time, okay, is you want to give yourself enough time to practice that, because it doesn't come straight away. Okay, it comes, as I've always said, it comes with practice and time. So again, and then we go to the chorus. So is we're playing F, and we're playing F twice. So we're playing F for 8 beats, and then we've got C for 8 beats, and then we go to F. Then we've got D for 1 beat, G7 for 1 beat, and then A minor, F. So we've got A minor for 1 beat, F for 1 beat, D major for 2 beats. It's our primary. C for 2 beats, G for 1 beat, and then we stop. Sorry, not 2 beats. C for 8 beats, we're playing it twice. And then G, we're playing once for 4 beats. And then we've got C at the very end, and all we're doing is that, and that's it. Okay, that's all we've got to play. Right, so again, this is quite a short song. It's not because I want to go, it's just because we're finished and we've kind of looked at all the different parts. Because I did have a couple of people say it was really short the other day, but it's a very short song. It's a nice, easy one to play along at home. What we've got now is we're going to try and go all the way through. I'm just going to quickly go over what I'm going to be doing in the verse when I'm singing it and doing it, because you'll probably notice I'm doing it slightly different to what the track sounds, and that's because there's lots of talking parts in between where Timon and Pumbaa are talking to Simba and other things like that, and then Pumbaa will be doing his his little solo part, and Timon is doing a little bit of talking around that. Unfortunately, I can't do both parts at the same time. If I could talk two different parts at the same time, I'd be very impressed with myself. But unfortunately, I can't do that. So for the verse, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing the first part. So from why when he was a young warthog up to he could clear a savannah after every meal. The sensitive soul part, I'm going to sing / talk all that part there, and then when it goes to an oh the shame, so you've got oh the shame once, and then Timon says he was ashamed. I am not going to do Timon's parts, so I'm not going to say he was ashamed. I'm not going to say oh what's in a name. I'm also not going to say how did you feel either. Okay, if you've got the lyrics up, those are the parts I'm not going to sing, okay, just because it makes it a little bit easier to kind of get the parts done. If you want to do Timon's parts, I'm going to leave enough space in between so you can do those parts at home, singing along. If not, though, you can just join along with me instead. Right, after all that is said and done, we're going to have a go at playing all the way through this now. Again, if you want to pause me, give yourself that time, that opportunity to practice these chords, get them sounding really, really good. And then when you feel confident enough and ready enough, you can play along. Again, though, if you're not confident on the chord pattern, please don't worry. It's just play maybe on beat 1 of each kind of section. So just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doing that is totally fine, okay? There are no rules when it comes to this. I'm just showing you what you can do with the music. Right, let's give it a go. So starting on F major. Again, if you're tuning in for the first time, just play along with the parts that we've done today, which is that final part of the verse and the final chorus. If you've watched through all the videos, okay, give it a go. See how you do at home playing along. Here we go. F major chord ready. 1 and 2. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. We've got C major, then we've got D major. C. G. To D minor. A minor. G major. Okay, here's the verse. So we're just strumming on beat 1. When I was a young warthog. When he was a young warthog. He found his aroma lacking a certain appeal. He could clear the savannah after every meal. I'm a sensitive soul, though I seem thick-skinned. And it hurt that my friends never stood downwind. And oh, the shame. Timon's part. Thought of changing my name. Timon's part again. And I got downhearted every time that I Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. And there you go, well done if you're able to play along at home then. I know that verse part gets a little bit tricky as well when you're playing it, because as I said, there's lots of talking and lots of singing as well. But well done if you're able to play along then. At the end of that chorus, you can repeat it as many times as you want, because in the song it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on. So again, if you want to repeat that at the very end, once you get to that C, so it's our problem-free philosophy, Hakuna Matata, Hakuna Matata, what a wonderful phrase. And then just carry on like that. So again, well done if you're able to play along. If not, don't worry, you've got plenty of time to practice, because these videos will be staying up on our Facebook page, and we'll be heading over to our YouTube channel as well. And for those schools who have asked, it will be going up onto your online resource pages also. As I always say, is you can tune in next week on Monday. Let me know which songs you want to have a go at learning, and I'm always happy to give them a go. If they can be quite current, that's always great, because everyone will know the song. But again, some of the old ones are the best. So it's just let me know, and we can always give them a go at home. As always as well, I'm not just doing ukulele, I am doing guitar, and next week we will be probably heading back to guitar. But if there's an instrument that you want to have a go at learning, again, let me know. Okay, I'll give it a go, and we can have a go at playing it. Right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I'll catch you all on Monday for more Music Lessons Live.